Today I'm swatching new paints. These are Golden Acrylics Fluorescent in 8 colors. I'm using Canson canvas sheets. Here I'm using a Sharpie to organize. Here's a black bar to test transparency of the paints. The colors are magenta, pink, red, orange, orange-yellow, chartreuse, green, and blue. I'm starting with a single layer of each. I wipe the paint off on a paper towel before rinsing the brush in water. This keeps my rinse water clean for longer. The first block is dry now. Time for a second layer to cover the left 2/3 of each block. I need to mark the layers for future reference. And time for layer 3 in the first third of each block. Even with 3 layers, these colors are really transparent still. You can see there is some difference with extra layers, but not a lot. Okay, now time to try out with a black light. Ooh, more to come. For this color test of my new Golden Acrylics Fluorescents, I want to see how well the colors mix together. There are 8 colors, and I'm going to mix each with its neighbor. The colors are magenta, pink, red, orange, orange-yellow, chartreuse, green, and blue. I'm painting each of the jar colors in every other wedge here of my color wheel, and then I will mix each jar with its neighbor and fill in the spot in between. Off camera, I'm carefully washing my brush before I stick it into the next pot of color. And clean my mixing dish. Some neighboring colors are pretty close in color, so the mix in between is a very subtle transition. But here's a nice contrast, a soft orange between the orange and chartreuse. And a lovely spring green between the green and chartreuse. Blue plus green gets me a darker green. And blue and magenta gets me a gorgeous shade of violet. The hues between pink and orange are closer to each other than they are on the other side of the color wheel. Black light test. Whee! Part 3. I'm trying out my new Golden Acrylics Fluorescent paints. This black bar is for testing transparency again. The left half will be the paint straight out of the jar. The right half will be the paint mixed with titanium white. The colors in this set are magenta, pink, red, orange, orange-yellow, chartreuse, which is yellow with a hint of green, and green and blue. Why mix fluorescence with white? A hue plus white is called a tint. In video 1, we discovered that these paints are very transparent. Adding white to a paint makes it less saturated in color, aka less vibrant and paler. But adding white also makes paint more opaque, which means less see-through or less transparent. These pure fluorescent colors look great against a white background, but I want to use them on my jacket painting, much of which is darker colors. So I got to wondering, will I need to first paint a white background everywhere that I want to add some fluorescent paint? Or can I just add white right into the fluorescent to make it opaque enough? Will adding white make the colors paler than I want? And will adding white make the colors be not fluorescent anymore? So yeah, the white is definitely making these colors a lot more opaque and able to cover the black about 50 to 80%. Gotta test every hue just to be sure. The amount of black coverage depends on a combination of the hue itself and the amount of white I added. Black light test. Yay! The tinted colors still glow in black light.